We are live. Welcome to day 5 of Made to Feel. This is 5 days to get in touch with what you feel and discover your true self. And today for the finale is about personal ownership over your human experience. Everything that we've done from day 1 to day 4 has led you up to this experience to be able to take ownership of your human experience regardless of how another moves, regardless how another shows up. How do you show up? Regardless if someone accepts you, rejects you, judges you, whether this is your family, your peers, your colleagues, are you taking personal ownership over your experience? Whew. Honoring your needs, your wants, your desires, regardless if someone can honor them, meet them, show up for them. Are you honoring them? Are you meeting them? Are you showing up for them? This applies to your dreams, your goals, your plans, regardless if someone supports you, if someone backs you, if someone shows up for you, even in partnership. Are you showing up for you? We see this in parenting, in marriage, in business. Regardless how another shows up, how are you showing up for you and having personal ownership of your experience? Now, what does this do? This opens up space and creates the opportunity for you to, drum roll please, self validate. Really validating your own experience, whether it's pleasant or painful. Can you validate your own experience and individuate from everyone and everything and own your personal experience? Good, bad, or indifferent. Dreams, goals, desires, or not. Can you personally own your experience? Can you take responsibility? And regardless, you're exercising everything that's led up to this point, your discernment, honoring your experience, okay? Having boundaries, being emotionally sober, not feeling for anyone else, but feeling for yourself, being emotionally sovereign. These are my experiences, regardless of what everyone else is experiencing. This is my experience. And ultimately, being able to be in personal ownership of your experience. Now, does this mean we don't empathize with anyone else? No, it does not. Empathy for another person is separate, is individual, okay? Can you empathize with yourself? Always coming back to self empathy. Always coming back to self empathy. Because if we're always having empathy for what everyone else experiences, or everyone else's opinion, or everyone else's thoughts, or everyone else's projection, we are not living our own individual life. Okay? You can be working with someone on something for years. Okay? And they at some point are no longer in alignment. Are you going to give up on yourself or your experience, or do you maintain that energy of your experience regardless of how another shows up on this planet? I'm telling you, this personal ownership will allow you to ultimately co-create the reality on this planet that you are meant to have, regardless. Okay? Regardless of your past experience, can you take personal ownership of what you want to create, of your current reality? Can you take personal ownership? Because only until we can take personal ownership for our experience right now can we start to create the reality that we're meant to. No one around you is in alignment with you? Great. How are you going to take personal ownership, personal responsibility? Your family doesn't support your goals or your dreams? Okay. How are you going to take personal ownership over your goals, your dreams, your desires? Uh, these are powerful. When you take personal ownership over your experience in your life, you are free to create the experience, and you will be able to walk yourself through discernment about your experience, boundaries with people, places, things, your own internal boundaries. being emotionally sober, and stop feeling for everybody else and start to feel what you feel, your experience. Your experience. Doesn't matter if we're talking about personal, professional life. Can you take personal ownership? You don't like the company that you're working in? Take personal ownership of your experience, okay? It's not everyone else's fault. It's not people to change. You don't like it? Where can you take personal ownership and start to create the experience that you want to have? You and your source, you and your creator, you and your own individual beingness, okay? From here, we can live freely. From here, this shows your level of integrity and commitment and the truth of who you are, regardless of how another moves, okay? Personal ownership for your experience. So, where are you letting people take ownership or responsibility for your experience? Or where are you giving away ownership or giving away responsibility that someone else has to help you create this experience? You take the step. You take the next step. You take the next step that's in alignment with the reality that you want to create, regardless of what everyone else is doing, regardless of what everything looks like. How are you showing up right now? Given the conditions of your reality, how can you take personal ownership over your life, okay? Regardless of the state of the country, the state of the world, how are you going to take personal ownership over your experience? The food system is toxic. How are you going to take personal ownership of your experience? School systems failing your children. How are you going to take personal ownership over your experience? This is not putting the energy, everyone else is the problem. This is reeling back, and where am I going to take ownership over this experience, that which I want to create? Okay? So whatever that is for you, insert that question. And how will you take personal ownership for your experience that you want to create, my friend? I believe in you more than anything. And the question is now, what will you do with your personal ownership over your life? You get to choose. I love you. And we are here for you at the Social Change School. Sat. Bye.